Okay, so we have to do a bottom, we have to do a top, we have to do 2 long sides and 2 short sides. The first thing I want to do is I want to cut a strip that's 2 inches wide and 2 inches wide here. Okay, so it's perfectly 2 inches wide all the way down. Then I squared it up, and I did that by lining it up against the grid on my cutting mat, and then I used a ruler. I made some tick marks and I used a ruler to cut it so that it was square. So now I have a 90-degree angle right there. The next thing I want to do is, we know that the top is 2 inches by 2 inches, and we know that this grid is ½ inch in ½ inch squares, so this is 1 inch and this is 2 inches. So I'm going to just mark off, 2 inches right here, and we know it's 2 inches wide. I just need to cut it this way. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to cut this right here. You can see that the cork side is up, and I'm putting all my body weight on top. I'm using a fresh blade on my Olfa knife. Okay, so there's that. And we're going to put top. Alright, so there's that. The next thing we want to do is we want to cut the next one. The next one is going to be the bottom, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark with my top. I'm going to mark that 2 inch mark, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 board thicknesses, right? So depending on the boards that you're using, this is going to change, this dimension. And then I'm going to put this down. This is hard to see, but I'm going to put this down just like that, and I'm going to mark off right there. Okay? So we're not going to use this mark anymore, we're going to use that mark. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to line it up against my grid, and I'm going to do the same thing. Again, full body weight on top, precise cutting. Make sure that you sleep and you have some protein in you before you do this, because this is where people get injured in art school. Okay. The same thing goes here. Now what you could do is you could, when in doubt, don't use a ruler, use a piece of paper. I'm going to mark this right here, and I'm going to flip it over here so that I have the same dimension, and I'm just going to mark it there. Okay, so now it's going to be square. And this is the bottom, B-O-T-T. Okay? We're going to line this up. And you can see that I'm lining up this mark with this line right here. And I'm lining up this edge with this line right here. Okay. And we're going to take the ruler, and I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to cut that one off. So that's the top and the bottom. And let's stop it right there, and we're